Hello and welcome to AI English Academy, the place where learning English becomes smarter, easier, and more enjoyable. I'm your host, Mr. Samuel, and in this podcast, we combine the power of modern AI with clear, simple English lessons to help you improve your skills every single day. Let's go together.
Welcome to the Language Link Up podcast. I'm your host, Anya, a university student often feeling overwhelmed by my daily routine, especially when it comes to balancing studies with my English learning goals. Today, I'm thrilled to have David with us, a true master of time management and someone who seamlessly integrates English practice into his incredibly busy professional life. Welcome, David.
Thanks for having me, Anya. It's great to be here.
David, I really need your insights. My biggest challenge is simply finding the time. I set speaking goals like practicing new phrasal verbs, but then a lecture runs late or an assignment pops up and my dedicated English time just vanishes. How do you fit it all in?
That's a familiar struggle, Anya, especially when you're a student. For me, it's about being intentional and integrating English into what I already do. Instead of finding extra time, I look for ways to make my existing time more productive. For example, during my commute, I listen to English podcasts or audiobooks. This helps me pick up new vocabulary passively.
That makes sense. I try to set clear speaking goals, like use 5 new phrasal verbs in conversation this week, but then I get shy or I draw a blank when I need them. How do you keep your speaking goals front and center?
For me, speaking goals are tied directly to my professional life. I often have presentations or international calls, so my goal might be confidently explain our quarterly results using professional English, incorporating specific industry terms. This makes it very tangible. To avoid drawing a blank, I practice specific scenarios.
That's a great strategy. When it comes to useful vocabulary and phrasal verbs, how do you go about picking them up and making sure they stick? I write them down, but sometimes they just stay on the page.
Exactly. Writing them down is a start, but you need to put them into practice. I try to create associations. If I learn a phrasal verb like look into, investigate, I immediately try to think of a sentence related to my work. I need to look into that client's query. I also use spaced repetition apps. The key is active recall and consistent exposure.
I'm often preparing for speaking tasks in my English class, and we do a lot of mini dialogues. I find them helpful for practicing, but sometimes they feel a bit artificial. How do you make these practical applications feel more natural and effective?
Mini dialogues are excellent for building confidence. To make them less artificial, I try to tailor them to real-life situations. For example, if I'm learning to bring up, introduce a topic, I'll role-play a conversation with myself or a language partner about bringing up a new project idea with my manager. For speaking tasks, I focus on the structure and delivery, not just the content. I try to anticipate questions and prepare responses, which helps me come across as more confident.
Those are fantastic tips, David. For someone like me who feels constantly short on time and struggles to keep up with English practice, what's your top piece of advice to get things going?
My top advice is don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day is more effective than one long, intense session once a week. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable chunks. And don't be afraid to mix things up. Watch a short English video, listen to a song, or send a voice note to a friend in English. Make it enjoyable, and it won't feel like a chore. And most importantly, cut yourself some slack. You're doing great.
Don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. I love that, David. It really puts things into perspective. Thank you so much for sharing your invaluable insights on daily routines, time management, and integrating English practice so effectively. I've certainly picked up some great strategies today.
My pleasure, Anya. Keep up the great work.
And thank you to all our listeners for tuning in to Language Link Up. We hope you took away some useful tips to boost your English journey. See you next time.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of English Academy. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and learned something new that brings you one step closer to confidence in English. Please subscribe, like, share for more video learning.